An easy English story to help you improve listening and learn useful words. Her name was Lily. She had big green eyes and a soft voice. She worked in a small flower shop in a quiet town. Every morning at 8 a.m., she opened the shop and smiled at every person who passed by, even if they didn't smile back. One rainy morning, a man walked in. He was wet, tired, and looked a little lost. His name was Daniel. Lily looked up from the counter and asked, "Do you need help?" He hesitated, then replied, "I want some flowers, but I don't know which ones." Lily laughed softly and said, "Well, tell me who they are for." Daniel paused again, his eyes distant. "For someone I miss. Someone I can't forget." Lily nodded gently. "Then you need white lilies. They mean, I miss you." He smiled just a little, but it was real. From that day on, Daniel came to the shop every week. Sometimes he bought roses, sometimes sunflowers, but he always spoke with Lily. They started to share coffee, then stories, then silence. It was the kind of silence that felt warm, not awkward. The kind that only happens when two people understand each other without needing many words. After 3 months, Lily realized something she hadn't expected. She was falling in love. But she didn't know Daniel's past. She didn't know why he always looked a little sad, or why he stared at the rain like it held memories he couldn't let go. She wanted to ask, but something stopped her. Maybe fear. Maybe the feeling that some answers change everything. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Your support helps us bring more stories like this, with simple English and big emotions. One afternoon, Lily was cleaning the shop. Daniel had not come that week. She waited every day, looking at the door each time it opened, hoping to see him. But it was never him. She kept telling herself, "Maybe he is busy. Maybe he will come tomorrow." But deep inside, worry began to grow. As she wiped the counter, she noticed something under a small book. It was an envelope, and her name was written on it. Her fingers trembled as she opened it slowly. Inside was a letter. "Dear Lily, I came to your shop to forget someone. But I found something else. Found peace. Found kindness. Found you. But I can't stay. My heart is still broken. I don't want to hurt you. You are the light in this small town. You deserve someone whole. Someone who is not like me. Thank you for every smile. I will never forget you. Daniel." Lily sat down, the letter in her hand. She didn't cry. She just stared at the paper in silence. Her hands felt cold. Her chest felt empty. He was gone. No goodbye. Just this letter, like a final breath he didn't want her to hear. Outside, the rain began to fall again, the same soft rain from the day they met. Lily closed the shop early and walked home slowly, the letter in her pocket. Felt heavy. Not like paper, but like a stone she couldn't throw away. Lily didn't see Daniel for the next 2 weeks. Each morning, she opened the shop with a quiet hope, and each night, she closed it with quiet disappointment. The letter stayed in her purse, folded and untouched, but always there. Sometimes she would take it out just to feel it, not to read it again. She already knew every word by heart. One day, a woman entered the shop. She was older, maybe 60, with silver hair and a warm smile. "Are you Lily?" she asked gently. Lily nodded. The woman took a deep breath. "I'm Daniel's aunt. He's in the hospital. He asked me to come." Lily froze. "Is he okay?" The woman nodded, but her eyes were sad. "He had a small accident. Nothing too serious. But he didn't want to call anyone. Except you." Without thinking, Lily closed the shop early and followed the woman. The hospital was 10 minutes away, but the ride felt like hours. Her heart beat faster with every turn of the car. When she walked into his room, Daniel was sitting up, looking out the window. His arm was in a cast, and there were bruises on his face, but he smiled when he saw her. "I told myself I shouldn't bother you," he said softly. "But I wanted to see you one more time." Lily walked closer, her eyes burning. "You left a letter. But not a goodbye." Daniel looked down. "I didn't know how to say goodbye. I'm not good with endings." Lily shook her head slowly. "Then maybe we don't need an ending." "Not yet." Daniel left the hospital 3 days later. Lily was waiting outside when he walked out. He still moved slowly with a slight limp, but he smiled when he saw her. It wasn't the small, polite smile she saw months ago. It was something warmer, more real, like sunlight after rain. They walked together, slowly, not saying much. The town felt different now. The same streets, the same trees, but a new feeling between them. Lily wasn't sure if they were starting something or holding on to something broken. But she didn't care. He was there. That was enough for now. They stopped at a bench near the park. The grass was wet, and the air smelled like earth and flowers. Daniel looked at his hands. "I never told you about her," he said. "The woman I was trying to forget." Lily turned her face toward him but didn't speak. She waited. "Her name was Anna," he said. "We were supposed to get married. But 3 weeks before the wedding, she died in a car accident. I lost everything that day. My best friend, my future, my belief in happiness. That's why I came to this town. To hide." Lily's throat tightened, but she didn't cry. Instead, she reached for his hand. "You didn't hide," she whispered. "You healed." He looked at her, surprised. "How do you know?" "Because broken people don't bring peace to others. And you brought peace to me." They sat there in silence, watching the clouds break apart, letting the sun come through. And for the first time in a long time, neither of them felt alone. That night Lily couldn't sleep. The streets outside were quiet, but her mind was loud. She kept thinking about Anna, about Daniel, about how grief can live inside someone for so long that they forget what it's like to feel light again. She wondered if she was enough to pull him out of that darkness, or if she was just a small light that would eventually fade too. She sat by the window, watching the moon reflect off the rooftops. A small voice inside her whispered, "Maybe you should walk away. Save yourself before it hurts more." But another voice, stronger, said, "Stay. Not because it's easy, but because it matters." The next day, she returned to the shop and saw Daniel standing outside, holding a bouquet of daisies. He looked nervous, like a boy asking someone to dance for the first time. "I brought these for you," he said. "Daisies mean hope. I read it somewhere." Lily smiled and took the flowers. "Hope is nice." He nodded. "I know I hurt you. Not just by leaving but by staying distant. I thought I was protecting you, but maybe I was just hiding again." Lily stepped closer. "Daniel, I don't need perfect. I need honest. And I need someone who's willing to try." His eyes met hers and something shifted. He wasn't the man who walked into the shop on a rainy day anymore. He was someone finding his way back to life step by step. That evening they walked together through the town, hand in hand. No promises, no big speeches. Just a quiet decision to begin again, with hearts still healing but open. Spring came slowly. The days were warmer, the skies a little clearer, and the flowers in Lily's shop began to bloom brighter than ever. People said the whole town felt different, lighter somehow. Maybe it was the season. Or maybe it was the quiet love story that had started between two people who didn't plan for it, but needed it more than they knew. Lily and Daniel never said, "We're a couple," out loud. There were no big declarations, no labels. Just two souls sharing small moments. Coffee in the morning, long walks after work, holding hands when no one was looking. He still had bad days. Days when memories of Anna came back like sudden shadows. But Lily didn't run. She sat with him in the silence. She understood that love wasn't about replacing pain. It was about making space for it and still choosing to stay. One afternoon, as they were closing the shop together, Daniel paused by the door and said, "Do you think people like us deserve second chances?" Lily looked at him and smiled gently. "I don't think it's about what we deserve. I think it's about what we're brave enough to accept." Daniel nodded slowly. "Then I accept you. With all my fear. With all my broken pieces. And I accept you," she replied. "Not to fix you. Just to walk beside you." Months passed, and the town kept moving. People came and went, flowers were sold and replaced, but one thing remained constant: Daniel's presence beside Lily. He started helping at the shop, learning the names of each flower, learning how to smile without guilt. And Lily, in turn, learned how to love without needing certainty. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the trees, painting the sky in gold and purple, Daniel handed Lily a single white lily. "For the first time," he said, "this doesn't mean I miss you. It means I'm here." She took the flower and pressed it to her heart. "And I'm here too." They stood quietly side by side, not because their story was perfect, but because they had chosen each other. Scars, silence, love and all. If this story touched your heart, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We have more beautiful stories coming with simple English and deep emotion, created just for you.